like a referee with a whistle. So like and share this episode. Even if you're watching the playback, it's the big payback. Yeah, man, man. Yeah, man. Today was one of those days. Oof, I'm telling you, man. Today was one of those days. But as long as you're still living, good health and strength, you live to see another day, to try it all over again tomorrow. You know? Because I know some people didn't make it today. So hey, I ain't complaining much. I'm not complaining much. And even if you complain, nobody really cares anyway, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? Hold up. hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Wait a minute. Hold up. Wait a minute. You know? You know what I've been noticing? I notice when every time I go live, it usually takes a while, a couple minutes for people to come on. I noticed that. Now, from my cell phone, it might take a couple minutes for people to come on, but at least they come on. So they get the alerts, but it usually takes a couple minutes. Now, on my computer, they never get the alerts. So do you think that's an accident? Or that's a coincidence? You know? Now, I get the views on my cell phone live, but I don't get the views on my computer live. There's something not right about that. That's something not adding up, you know. Doesn't take a genius to figure that out. But anyways, you know, let me start to talk about what I really wanted to talk about. On my last live video, you know, I talked about what? Oh, they always do that. I talked about you know, defending yourself, basically. You know, one day you might have to defend yourself. And especially if you have a family. If you have a family, it's your duty to defend your family. You know what I'm saying? You sign up. You kind of signed up for that if you have a family. You know what I'm saying? Now I have met some guys that have told me that if shit hit the fan, let's say if someone was breaking in the house and him and his family was in the house, I had one guy tell me that he would not, basically he wouldn't do anything. He said he would call the police. That's the extent of it. He said if the guy broke in his house and was trying to hurt him or any family members, he said he don't know. He said he doubt that he would be able to just mentally be able to do anything about it. And I said, bro, you better not ever tell your wife that shit. She'll divorce you ASAP. If you tell your wife or your living girlfriend that you would not protect her and the kids, she will leave you ASAP. I said, don't ever tell your wife that, bro. What you just told me. I can almost guarantee you she would not look at you the same after you expose yourself like that. You know. You know, if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. You know, somebody sent me a video of a guy. He was in Georgia, in a town called Leesburg. Was it Leesburg or Leesburg? I think it's Leesburg. And some maniac drove by and started talking shit because they had a family reunion at his house. Some maniac was driving by talking shit, and he came back 5-10 minutes later with a rifle shooting. And the guy, he said he went and got his, because this made the news. So the guy said, once he saw the guy shooting, he said he went and got his gun, and they took action. But I don't think anybody got shot. Based on what I heard, I could be wrong about that. And it seems like the guy, the maniac, gave himself up because he ended up going to jail. Yeah, he ended up going to jail the same day and getting out of jail the same day. So I'm like, what the hell? Now this is a family reunion now that he basically interrupted because he was shooting. I'm like, so come to find out, the guy that lived there at that house, now I didn't know this. Somebody had to tell me. We was in the military together. I didn't remember. I didn't remember him. We was in the military together. I was like, oh, okay, shit, yeah, man. There's so many people I was in the military with, man. I can't remember everybody. But I had a friend tell me that. We was in the military together. You know? Yeah. So, in a situation like that, man, you don't got no choice. I mean, you got your family, and based on the video I saw, man, there's at least 50 people out there in the front yard. That's a lot of people. I mean, that guy could have done a lot of damage if anyone would have gotten hit with a rifle. Then he had on a looked like a vest, some type of armor, gear on. You know, my dad told me when I was a kid, I was a teenager. He said, if you have to defend yourself, I'll be damned if you do, I'll be damned if you don't. He said, it could go either way. When everything is said and done, it could go either way. You could be in the right, you could be in the wrong, but you still got to defend yourself. And then some people, let me tell you what the old players used to say. They used to say it like this: I'd rather be judged by 12 than carried by 6. That's how them old school cats used to say back in the day. I'd rather be judged by 12 and carried by 6. That's how they used to say it too. You know? But in a situation like that, you at your house, in your front yard. I mean, I can't even imagine some shit like that. I couldn't even imagine no shit happening to me like that. I'm at my house having a family reunion, and some maniac pulls up, gets out the car, and start blasting on everybody. God, that shit is like a movie in my mind. You know what I mean? That's crazy, man. That's where we are today. You have people like that out here, man. And then they said the guy, he went to jail and bailed out the same day. Yeah. And the guy lived a couple houses down the street. He's new to the neighborhood. It's crazy. You know? It's crazy. It's wild out here today. So I'm like, damn. It's wild, man. And then, you know, I've been hearing a lot of little incidents like this happening all across the country. Some of them were just bare fists. Majority are just bare fists. And some of them is gunplay. But, yo, you got to be careful out here. You can't get caught slipping. If you have a family, you got to teach your kids and your wife how to defend themselves. In case something happens to you, or maybe you're not around. It's your duty as a man to teach your wife and kids how to defend themselves. At this point, you don't really have a choice. I saw a video on I think this was Instagram. Was this Instagram? Yeah, it was Instagram. It's this little girl. I think she might be 12 years old. Her dad was teaching her how to aim and shoot in the backyard. I thought that shit was dope as hell. You know? Because I don't know anybody, well, yeah. I know some people that teach their kids how to shoot, yeah. But you don't see that online very often. I thought that shit was dope. And I think every parent needs to teach their kids how to defend themselves, if need be. And they need to teach their wife how to defend themselves too. All that yelling and screaming that women be, and look, it's no time for all the yelling and screaming. Because somebody recorded a video on the cell phone, and the women running in the house, yelling and screaming. It's no time for all that shit. No time for all that yelling and screaming. It's time to take cover. It's time to lean on your training. There's no time for all that yelling and screaming. Oh my God! Somebody's shooting! Oh, oh God, you know. No, women, you as a man of your household need to teach your wife and kids how to defend themselves. You might not be, you can't be every place at all times for everybody. You might be at work. You might be out of town. And if somebody, God forbid, breaks in your household and you're not there, and your kids are there, and your wife is there, they're vulnerable if they can't defend themselves. For real. And women are soft targets. They're easy targets. Most women, I mean, if we really be honest, most women don't really know how to defend themselves. They don't, because they haven't been trained. Because women aren't, it's not necessary, I would say, in most cases. Women aren't taught to, because it's kind of like, that's the man's job. True, it is. But we're at a point now where it's just women need to be trained how to defend themselves if need be. You can't just rely on just a man when it comes to defending your household and just taking care of yourself, and just in general. You know what I'm saying? For real. Yeah, women, yeah, it's just, this is the time that we're in today. And now some people will say, well, if you defend yourself, you don't get into trouble. Well, again, I'd rather be tried by 12 than carried by 6. And when you can't think like that, when somebody's trying to get at you in your household or wherever, even if you're out and about, when somebody's trying to hurt you, you can't be thinking like that. When I walk outside and get in my car, regardless of where I go, my goal is to make it back home by any means necessary. That's my goal. You know, and whatever I got to do to make it back home, so be it. You know what I'm saying? And if I happen to get in anything while I'm out there, I just have to deal with it. But I'm not going to let nobody beat me down and don't fight back. No, that's not going to happen. That goes against everything that I believe and stand for. No, I'm not gonna let nobody. I'm not gonna, especially if it's a gang of people especially if somebody's trying to jump me. Oh no. And see, that's how most guys get down today. Most guys today, well, kind of, yeah, I would say today. They roll in packs. They be looking to jump come with a squad of guys to get at you. It might be 3, 4, 5 against 1. You know. That's how most of these guys roll out here today. And see, if I pull out a weapon and I use it, I'm wrong. You can't you can't attack me and expect and then turn around and tell me that, oh, that's too much. I'm what? It was 5 of them, it's too much too. You know what I'm saying? What we doing here? It's 4 or 5 of them against me. And you gonna tell me, oh, you ain't had to jam them like that. Well, what I was supposed to do? You know, you had one guy looking out. You had one guy set me up to get jumped. And you had 4 or 5 guys that were doing the ambush on me. What I was supposed to do? This ain't no one-on-one. Ain't no one-on-one. Them days is over. Them days is over. They stopped doing one-on-ones in 20 years ago. Some shit like that. Toe-to-toe, man, them days is over. No, I ain't seen a toe-to-toe in 20 years. No, No. If they're not rolling in a pack with a pack of guys, they're calling the police on you. They don't call the police just in case. Man, there's a lot of guys, cowards out here, man. So it's my duty as a man, I have to defend myself. I'm sorry. Whatever happens after that, I just deal with it. Like I always do. Like I always do. I just deal with it. If I have to get an attorney, I just have to get an attorney. And you might lose your job too. It happens. You know what I'm saying? It happens, bro. And then some people will say, well, I ain't trying to cause no trouble. Well, you might not be trying to cause no trouble, but you can guarantee you that you won't cause no trouble, but you can't guarantee that other people won't cause no trouble. That's the difference. That's the difference. And no woman is going to save you. You can't hide behind the woman. There's some guys who try to hide behind a woman too. Yeah, that's how some guys are cowards like that. Because in the minds of a lot of guys, they look at it like, oh, if I date a certain particular woman or go to certain environments, somehow I'll be shielded. Not really. Not really. In my experience, when you go to certain environments, you might not be wanted there. You might not be welcome in those other environments. And that's when people start doing weird shit. Saying disrespectful shit that they wouldn't normally say if they caught you like outside. But being that they're comfortable in that environment, they feel like they can say and do almost anything. And you're not gonna do nothing about it. So you get tried regardless. And your woman, what your woman gonna do? What's she gonna do? Leave him alone. He's a good man. Whatever. You know. He's a good man. He didn't do it. They're not gonna listen. They're not gonna listen to your woman. No. She can't do nothing to help you. You know. Let me tell you what I've seen. I've seen guys get into it with another guy. Maybe the guy done something mad disrespectful, and her boyfriend or husband responded, and his wife or woman, girlfriend or whatever, talked him down. Said, hey, it ain't worth it. Well, damn it, how come you didn't tell them that? Why you didn't tell them? Why you didn't tell him it wasn't worth it? Why you didn't tell him? Why you chastising me? She got all the she knows she got a whole bunch of shit to say to you, but she ain't got a damn thing to say to that other guy. Or those other guys, the troublemakers over there. I've seen a lot of that. I've seen a lot of that from these other groups of women. It ain't ain't worth it. She didn't say that. She didn't tell them other guys that, though. So I seen a lot of that. Most of the time, the women don't help. They usually make the situation worse. In most cases, you know. You might, just because you hang out at the country club or at the pop clubs, that don't mean you ain't gonna have no run-ins. You're likely to have more run-ins at those spots more than anything, because I've said this before. When you start dating these other groups of women and going to these other countries, and this is just the truth, and these other guys are not going to be honest. They're not going to be happy that you're dating their daughter or you dating their sister. They're just not. It's not going to happen. They'll tolerate it if they think they can get something out of it, out of the deal. But they ain't gonna be happy. No, it's not. It's never gonna happen. And if you're in another country, you ain't gotta be in another country. You can just be with the daughter. You're always gonna be the American. It's never gonna change. They not gonna change their mind. They can be old as dirt. They're not gonna change their mind. They'll tolerate you. Especially if you have kids. Y'all have kids. You know, they have grandkids. They'll be happy they got them grandkids. But you, on the other hand, no. They're never going to be happy with you being with their daughter. It's never going to happen. And there's nothing you can do about it. Nothing you can do about it. And if shit go left, if things go left, if you get into trouble, you got to go to court, and some of her family members have to take the stand. Man, they're going to bury you on that stand. They're going to bury your ass on that stand. They're not going to help you out on that stand. If they're in court, they're going to bury your ass. They're going to say shit, and they ain't going to help you out at all. They're not. And you sitting in the courtroom shocked, like, oh, I can't believe he said that. He's acting like he didn't know who you was. He barely knew you. Never hung out with you. And you've been hanging out with this fool every week for the past 2 years. He sold you out. Cause you was talking to his sister. You got caught off guard. And the reason why you got caught off guard, because you game goofy, just like your girlfriend. See, I never get caught off guard. Never. Because I know the mindset of most people. I don't care where they're from. You know? And see, I'm one of those guys, I've traveled everywhere. Worldwide. I've been everywhere. I just don't talk about it a lot, like most people do. I don't come online and be like, I'm the passport bro. No, I don't have to do that shit because I don't got nothing to prove to nobody. I've been everywhere them guys been, damn near. But I just don't talk about it. But that's how I know the mindset of most of these people. And I understand where they come from. They don't, they can't bullshit me. I know where most of these people come from. They not, most of them come from struggle. They do. Most of them do, really. They not coming from no riches if they coming over here. Nobody in their right mind is going to leave their riches to come over here. That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense. You know? So, being that I've traveled everywhere, under the damn sun, I know and understand the mindset of most people. This is why I never get caught off guard. I wouldn't even put myself in a position to have my girlfriend's brother or relatives to take the stand in the courtroom against me. Not necessarily against me, but on my behalf. And then when they get on the stand, they betrayed me. I wouldn't even, what type of attorney you, that's a bum-ass attorney that would even do something like that. Even the attorney knows better. Even the attorney knows, he knows what I know. If you take, like, if you, in a situation like that, that's self-sabotage. If somebody's on your side, supposedly, and they take the stand, and they start saying and doing stuff that goes against what was planned, that's self-sabotage. That's betrayal. If you're supposed to be my man, my friend. But like I said, I would never even put myself in a position to do that. I wouldn't trust that the person's going to do the right thing. See, the problem with a lot of people have too much trust in other people. They trust that other people are going to do the right thing. They trust that other people are going to do what they're supposed to do. No. I don't trust that they're going to do anything or do the right thing. I trust that I'm going to hold them accountable. That's all. That's the only thing that's guaranteed, that I'm going to hold them accountable. And if they betray me, it's going to be some consequences. That's how I operate. You know? But hey, I didn't plan on being on here all night, like I usually do. You know, check out my book, Love at First Click, Amazon.com, 500 pages a game. You know, the boy on the back, suited and booted. Yeah. You know, this is my best book so far. It's my best book so far. 500 pages a game, baby. You know, there's nothing written like this. There's nothing, you've never read a book that's like this. Never, ever. So hey, like, share this video. Don't forget to subscribe. Yeah, I'm back. I ain't never went nowhere. You trying to be funny. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.